I'm Steve Carter. My website is frogstoryrecords.com. In this video, I'm going to talk about my Player's Journal. You get to the Player's Journal by going to frogstoryrecords.com and clicking on the Player's Journal link. The journal is my blog, and I enter information about what I've been doing recently. For example, this entry is about 2 CDs that I just finished, and there's a sound clip that you can listen to. What I want to focus on today is the Player's Journal topics. You see a list here that drops down when you hover over the Player Journal's topics. It's a list of the topics that I've discussed in my Player's Journals over the years. As you can see from this list of links at the top, I've been keeping this journal since 2002. At the bottom of this entry, you see Topics Recording. So this is a topic for this entry, recording. If I click on recording, it will take me to the Player's Journal index and leave me in the section called recording. As you can see, if I scroll up, this is quite an extensive index of the topics that are in these journals. So once again, if I go back down to recording, I can see that I have quite a few journal entries about recording, and they're listed in descending date order. I can click on one of these links, like this No Fret Recording. It will take me to a journal entry that deals with recording, snapshot of my home studio and some notes about how I go about recording, another sound clip, and so forth. At the top of each Player's Journal, we have this link. Right now we're looking at 2011 Player's Journal. But this link takes you, on each journal, this link takes you right back to the index. So here are the topics that I've indexed so far. This is an ongoing project, so if you keep visiting my site over time, you'll find a lot more added. I've included the things you would expect from a guitar player, notes about gigs, notes about practicing, notes about sight reading, and so forth. But I've also included quite a few notes about my experiences at Berklee. I taught at Berklee College of Music for 25 years, and I've tried to pass on some of the knowledge that I picked up there. So if you click on the Berklee link, you see all of these journal entries that have to do with Berklee. And if you click on one of those, this one, for example, solo in B flat, I was practicing solo in B flat from Bill Levitt's Modern Method for Guitar book one day, and I made some notes about it and put them in here. And you'll see that this has several topics: Berklee, William G. Levitt, the author of the method books, and Steve Vai, who happened to be a student of mine at Berklee. And this is a little anecdote about him as well. So once again, going back to the Player's Journal topics, I want to point out there's a lot of jazz players referenced that you would recognize: Kenny Burrell, Wes Montgomery, Thelonious Monk, Rufus Reid, Horace Silver. So you might want to look at some of those journal entries to learn something about those people. And there are also classical performers like Andre Segovia and Elliott Fisk, and composers like Stravinsky. I've written some comments about these as well. And again, back to the idea of Berklee, many of the teachers there who were so influential on me, though I never attended Berklee, I went to, sat in on their classes and went through their lectures whenever I could. So people like John Nams, bass player, and Herb Pomeroy, the most famous teachers at Berklee. And so you'll see entries about these people. This happens to be about Duke Ellington, but as I was thinking about Duke Ellington, it reminded me of something I heard Herb Pomeroy say at one of his clinics. So there's a great deal of information here, and I hope that you'll visit my Player's Journal and browse through the Player's Journal topic index, and let me know, send me an email, let me know if you find it helpful.